Hello, my name is Mars, and welcome back to Saltsea Chronicles. We are preparing to explore the split island of Minta. Hopefully, maybe with our newest party member, Sanni. But let's explore everything we have to explore on the ship first. The air near Minta is crisp, carrying the promise of an adventure, or perhaps just heavy rainfall. And stretch. Sanni is doing her morning stretches. Merle wanders over from the helm, enjoying the morning sun. Interesting technique. Are you applying specific calisthenic principles? I'm stretching. Yes, but what school do you follow? I myself have developed my own regime of exercises to prioritize muscular health. Sanni blinks at Merle. The conversation piques Neshko's interest. My back's been bothering me for a few nights now. Maybe you could both offer some advice. Research or vibes? I think that Neshko is a vibes kind of guy. How about a few cat-cows? That sorts me out. What's a cow? Sanni shrugs. Opposite of a cat. The first step should be a holistic full-body assessment, preferably carried out by an anatomical specialist, or a jog around the deck. Get the blood pumping. Furthermore, there are a number of fascinating theories about energy flows we could explore. He's getting more British than I originally had his voice. I'm going to try and dial that back. Neshko looks back and forth between them. I think I'll just lie down. That was silly. Calling ahead. So, what did your sister say? Neshko's calls across the ship. Neshko's calls or Neshko calls? I don't think that S should be there. He calls across the ship to Sanni as she practices her morning workout. I wish I knew. I just heard her say the name of this place and something about a ship. Sanni switches smoothly from lunges to a plank. She never used to keep secrets from me. Sanni looks over to Minta, a bead of sweat on her forehead. Don't press her. Everyone has their secrets. Sanni's brow furrows. 58, 59. Sanni slams the ship with an open palm as she exits the plank position. Ugh! Neshko glances carefully in Sanni's direction. DeKelpie isn't who you're angry at. Sanni lifts her hand, then gives the ship a little pat. I'm sorry, little ship. No harm meant. Neshko returns to watching the brief play in the morning shallows. Nice, we're getting a little bit of a look into how Sanni is adjusting. Sanni takes in a big gulp of the fresh air surrounding Minta and grins. Her joy is infectious. Oh, I'm sure she's glad to get out of, Seesaw. That place seemed regimented in a way that did not suit her. Short on supper. Barely enough to get us through another week. We'll need to get supplies on Minta. All thanks to what? Rig bugs? A winged pest that eats hemp and other bindings. Their scuttling can sound like knocking noises. Dangerous on ships. Molpe pauses her play with Ade to respond to Stu's exclamations. Sure you've been keeping the count right? Food doesn't just vanish. It does if there's a stowaway. Stu raises her eyebrows. Really want to take that tack, Molpe? Think I can't keep a proper store at my age, is it? I didn't mean to cause an argument. I genuinely did not mean that, so I'm going to apologize. Never. If you say we're short, we're short. Ade whimpers in their sling, batting at Molpe's shirt. What's the alternative, though? Don't you trust this crew? Do you have suspicions, Stu? Say them. I've questions, let's say. Ade nods wisely. Homesick. Stu is in the kitchen, muttering to herself. Come on, where is it? Molpe leans back in her chair. All okay? Stu is very upset right now, so she'll say, not okay. Stu slams the cupboard shut and lets out a puff of frustration. What did the cupboard do to offend you? I'm being an old fool, aren't I? No more than usual. Stu grins weakly. We're out of Pluie. Thought I had plenty, but it's gone. And since we decided to not go to Los Gatos... Stu nods. No way to stock up. Okay, she's the homesick one, because we decided not to go to Los Gatos. It's not about Pluie. Molpe sees her old friend's shoulders sink. I'm sure they'll be okay. Miguel and the others. Merle said to me, just in passing, we already have an expert in Los Gatos, so there really was no need to visit. Oh, come on, Merle. That's so rude. That's not the only reason to visit a place. Molpe smiles ruefully. We're on the trail. If this ship is causing harm, well, we're not just going to find Maya. We can face down the ship, too. I hope so, kitten. Stu smiles weakly. I'll just clean up this mess I've made, shall I? Stu is worried about her home, and I have a feeling that's not going to get better. Molpe is exhausted. She slept little. It's hard to hope when you're exhausted, but she's trying. A wail rises from Ade. Fear, tiredness, hungry. Hunger. Why did I say hungry? Could be all three. Could be a baby doesn't need a reason to cry. Strange gleanings. Iris is working with their radio, as they do in any spare moment. The frequencies have been unusually quiet. There should be something. Minta's usually full of chatter. Fragments of a voice break through the silence. Quay, ship, not. Iris frowns and turns the dials. Silent. Great snold race. Today we find... Their frown deepens. The signal keeps changing? How can it do that? It's because you hit it with a rock, that's why. Alright. Stu is worried about her home and uncomfortable with the idea of choosing Minta over Los Gatos, so she's specifically upset with Merle over that. Alright. The jagged separation makes the island look like a plate smashed in two, but the winds are light and the weather is fair. Are you ready to disembark? Yes. Isle of Division. The crew have gathered to work out their next steps. Spare, crank handle, aerial extension, lucky pliers. You seem, very well prepared. I've been looking forward to trying out my Minton in person for years. And the signals are weird out here. Something's going on. It's clear Iris is planning to lead again. I do feel I could provide somewhat valuable assistance to an expedition. Do you speak the language too? Be honest, Merle. I am keen to improve on what I know. Molpe raises her eyebrows. Ade and I'll remain on board. I think that's best for now. Too tired, didn't sleep. Ade begins to protest in Minton-flavored baby babble. Can't speak it either, but I'm a strong pair of hands. And if that ship came here and there's word of Mandy, I want to hear it. Nourishment or Maya? Don't forget, we need to stock up. She looks around the crew, scowling. Our supplies are mysteriously depleted. I'm staying here to supervise. Supervise? Neshko clears his throat. I'd like to go with you. If you'd like, of course. And I'm sure I could learn a great deal from you, Iris. Iris quite enjoys the flattery. Okay then. Iris straightens their back and adjusts the strap of their radio, turning the dial in little short movements, as if to reassure themselves. New island, new single, new people. Vince, are you... Never leave on that ship. They all turn. Yes! A ship. A lead. Definitely interesting. Iris presses their lips together, nodding tightly.
Okay.
Let's go. Alright, Sanni is eager to prove useful, and I think you probably will. So Iris is leading, and we have seen Iris with both Merle and Neshko before, so I think that makes it a no-brainer. We're going to take Sanni. But let's see what the arguments of each character are. Let's learn about Minta first, though. A community once whole, now cleft in two, Nor'easterners and Sou'westerners. The luscious and verdant outcrop has a jagged trench through the center. Perhaps Minta was once renowned for a certain skill or trade, but these days all they excel in is holding a grudge. On Minta, they speak Mintan and Pata. Alright. Iris has spotted a decent radio array and is eager to pursue the transmissions they've been picking up. New island, new signal, new people. There's something here, I know it. And they speak Pata, Esterly, and Mintan. Merle is interested in developing his Mintan language skills, but equally happy to stay behind and look after Ade. I respect the motivation of improving language skills, but we've seen you and Iris together. It's all good. Who's a clever baby? Is it you? Yes, it is. What a clever little one you are. Merle speaks Pata, Old Tongue, and baby babble. Okay. Neshko's motivations are as opaque as ever, but he does seem interested in Minta. I could do with stretching my legs, and those trees look like a good home for interesting avian friends. Neshko speaks Pata. Sanni speaks Pata. Sanni is eager to prove herself and bouncing with enthusiasm. What I don't have in brains, I make up for in brawn. Look, I'll show you. Let me pick you up. Okay, we're gonna choose you, Sanni. What's updated here? Alright, just stuff about the missions. Yeah. And a collection of curiosities. The updated map, yes. Yes, and Sanni being eager to prove herself. Well, you're gonna get a chance, Sanni. Let's go. Love on the waves. The handheld array is still emitting intermittent calls. It's getting clearer, the signal we heard on the boat. They slip the headphones around their neck and spin a dial. No ship, sail you away from me. Oh. So, we were introduced to the pair of star-crossed lovers in the intro to this island in the last episode. And it sounds like one of them is thinking of leaving on the ship, one of those two people. And they're talking about it over the radio, I guess. From the northeast, got to be. It's coming in and out. Sunset. Our time, our place. The soft voice fades into static. Iris searches through the frequencies, but it's gone. We have to find it. You think it's the one? I mean, the ship that took Mandy? And Maya? Someone saw a ship. They're planning a meeting. That's a start. Sanni frowns. Wish we had more to go on, kid. Sanni realizes kid is the wrong approach even before Iris's scowl gathers. We'll search for the source. Then we'll know what it's about. Long way from Nerfy Roost, eh? Can't have been many ratters back there. Funny thing to get switched onto. Iris's eyes go wide. I don't know. I just think radio skills are important. There's not much else like it we kept from the time before, and it's the only thing I found that worked. That made me feel calm, you know? Sanni gives Iris a grin. Mandy was the same. Aw. Was she also a ratter? The border. A place divided. Iris peers down into the ditch splitting the island. Over time, it is filled with muddy water. Mud. Mud? Mud. Mud! Iris gives Sanni a long look. Mud. Digging all that must have been good exercise. They must have had a reason beyond building muscles. Who needs a reason? Looks fun. It's a ditch. I'm just saying, must have been fun to dig it. They shake their head. But why? What's going on here? It's to keep people out. Iris looks around. Maybe one side is trying to keep the other out? They shift uneasily. Perhaps the island is dangerous. Maybe they just needed the soil for a farm? Iris gestures at the rich soil and abundant forest in all directions. Sanni tilts her head in concession. Probably for defense. It has to be. But a defense from what? Alright. So I guess we have the opportunity to go this way or this way. But there are more things to talk about here. Iris's feet sink into the cold mud of the border with a squelch. It makes them feel quite at home. Look at this little guy. It's like a manatee with weird webbed feet. What a cutie. Mysterious note. See that crack in the trunk? I think... They reach their hand in and feel around. Sanni watches, excited. I can't... Got it! They pull out a small scrap of bark. Ah, nice try, anyway. No, look! Iris flips the bark over. Its reverse is painted with tiny symbols. A secret code! I love a puzzle. No, it's Minta. I've got it. You hold all my keys. I think in Pata you'd say, my locks are stopping you? I mean, I think we know that this is romantic, but I don't see that they would have any reason to think it's anything other than a threat. That's a scary sort of warning. No, I've got it wrong. Hang on. You hold all my keys. But that doesn't make any more sense. A compliment? I wish someone would say that to me. Imagine. To earn that kind of trust? Can't trust people who lock things up. It's not community. Right. Openness holds us together. Gotta share everything. Well, maybe not, Sanni gives Iris a wicked grin. Why? What don't you want to share? I don't... Nothing. Sanni shrugs as if to say, relax, her grin firmly in place. Guess you need a few keys of your own. Iris walks away before Sanni can wink at them. There are hardly any footprints around. Just one track, and ours. No one crosses. Weird. Sanni looks around. No, wait. There's another track on the other side. Both heading straight for that tree. Even weirder. Romance, moonlight, secret meetings. Ooh, I love this. Iris huffs to give the illusion they're not interested. They fail. We know they like the romance. You must have done that, sneaking out to meet a special someone in a hidden spot. Enjoying the night air and their warm... Sanni stops, eyeing Iris's red-hot face. Well, you get the picture. Iris squidges their toe into the mud. They can't come up with a reply. Alright, so... Ooh, we can shake these trees. Yay. And look at that weird little bird. Cool animals in this game. Oh, we can go left or right now. And since we're already on this side, we might as well go right. Alright. This is the southwest, because these are the southwestern dwellings. Rich, voluptuous, and happily ragged at the edges, the velvet drapes of the depot certainly set the tone. Towering heaps of goods spread across the floor of the southwest depot, but there's not a soul minding them. The plants here grow wildly, every which way, a riot of color and texture. The bricks on the old dwelling are mismatched and stick out in all directions, but the overall effect is charming. Down by the shore, a pair of Breve butt heads with one another. The force is tremendous, but they're only playing. Up on the hill, the trees grow thick and close. A rich, wild aroma wafts down on the breeze. Alright, we can talk to Ricky. A song and a dream. An ethereal figure draped in flowing fabric sits in the grove, cross-legged, dream sailing. As one we come, as one we go, shadows no more. The melody is sweet, but winds away in no particular direction. The singer's voice drifts in and out of hearing. A box locked shut, and the key is lost to time. Iris looks around at the wild profusion of plants in the grove. It's a lot. Weird to have so much and not be able to share it. So wasteful! You give up half of what your people have to offer. Thick pollen drifts over the breeze, and Iris sneezes loudly. The dream sailor's eyes slip lazily open. Whoa, visitors. Groovy. Hi, what is this place? Southwest, friends. Take it easy. Everything here is just taking it easy. You don't mind the massive ditch cutting the island in two? The satisfied smile slides off Ricky's face. Whoa, don't harsh the vibe. Just gotta stay chill, you know? Don't you think you're missing my friend? What I am missing right now is my dreams. He shuts his eyes rather pointedly. Just vibes. Okay. Let's go into the dwellings, I guess. Ah, there's cards already. The players are deeply involved in the game. The only sound to be heard is the slap of spoils cards hitting the table. Clothes and tools are heaped in the corner, all mixed up. Presumably, everyone just borrows what they need. From Yuluka with love. This quilt is incredible. Look! I've never seen anything like it. Where is it from, do you think? All I know for sure is that Mandy always wanted one. She saw one which came from a trader once, couldn't take her eyes off it. But we didn't have anything to trade for it. After a while, trade ships came less and less. Well, you saw how people acted when you arrived. It had been ages since anyone visited. Sanni falls silent. Iris gently places the quilt back. He's bad news. Iris and Sanni eavesdrop on the card players, who are whispering about a recent visitor. Did you see that outcomer too? Seemed like bad news. Jayantha. Not a name for hereabouts. Must have been from far off. The north, do you think? The card players shrug and refocus on the game. Iris turns to Sanni. Jayantha? Wonder if he's with the Indigo ship. We can play cards, why not? Perhaps rather than staring, you'd like to join us instead? Iris blushes. We play dueling sweepers here, love, just so you know. 2 sweeper suits? So exciting, so different to how we do it on Seesaw. Okay then. Okay, Sanni? Yeah, let's play. Come sit down then. Alright. No. Alright, dueling sweepers. 2 sweeper suits. During bidding, each team bids on their own sweeper suit separate from the other team. 2 sweeper suits are therefore chosen. During play, the sweeper suit alternates each trick between the 2 team sweeper suits. If both teams bid for the same suit, there is just one sweeper suit as normal. The first trick starts with the sweeper suit chosen by the team which doesn't include the dealer. Okay. So each round, each trick has a different suit then. And I guess I don't get a choice. Sanni wants us to do anchors. So maybe we should... I don't know. I have more stars. if I... I have more stars. I think it'll still be anchors, but I want to put in my piece. Alright. So anchors is the only supersuit. Okay. And otherwise, it's exactly the same. Alright. Well, I can't win, so I'll give them no points. Alright. Yeah. Give them the least amount of points possible. Alright, we've already lost. Unless someone plays an anchor. Nope, no points. Nothing there, nothing at all. Come on, dude. Why are you thinking so long? Yeah, they'll get the 3 points. It's fine, though. Are there seriously, like, no points to be found in this game? We're still only at 13 and 7 points. Maybe the point system is different or something. I don't know. Oh, I should have put down the ace because, damn it. That was dumb. I think I'm still in the seesaw mindset. Where the losing team gets all the cards and the winning team only gets the top card. I think I'm still in that mindset. Well, we're still winning at least. It's not that close. It's just that no one's played any points. I feel like the point values are different here or something. Like, that must be it. Oh boy, now it's close. Yeah, I feel like there were, like, over 100 points to be found. Well, I guess there are, but... there were a lot of points to be found in play. In, like, 200 per round, it seemed. On the other islands. And they beat us. Maybe I'm imagining that. Alright, bidding. Alright, looking at this, let's see. I think that... shells. Although I do have anchors too. Okay. Alright. So now the supersuit's gonna alternate. Now it'll get interesting. Alright. Let's play a king to start off with. Okay. Not a bad start. Start with 7, maybe? Okay. I guess that was a good play because I know I had the 2 highest cards in that suit. Maybe I should save all my shells cards. Nah, I'll... We needed that. Alright, so now it's fish. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't like starting the play. I don't like starting the trick. Alright, somehow I'm winning. Oh, I'm still starting it. I'll start the anchors. Oh. Well, they didn't have any points that round, so it's okay. Alright. Okay. There we go. It is very close right now. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Yeah. Give them nothing. Oh boy. Oh my god, it's a single point off. Oh no. Yeah, I swept it. I knew saving that queen was a good idea. Yes. Okay. So now it doesn't matter. Neither of these are the sweeper, neither of these... Yeah. Oh god, please don't catch up with us with that. Oof. No! Oh, a tie! Damn! A perfect tie. I wasn't expecting that. Oh god, do I have to bid first? Let's see. I guess stars. Do you want to go with the suit you have the most cards in? I don't know how it works. Alright. So we gotta win this one. Oh, come on, Sanni. Don't give them any points. Ugh. Okay. We can beat that, but that'll give them 2 points and us nothing. Okay, I don't think we're gonna win this one, honestly. Yes! Rust, I wasn't paying attention. Yes! I stole it out from under you. Let's see. Probably a bad one to start with. Come on. I was hoping Sanni might have the winning card there. Damn it, that was stupid. I took a risk and it was a bad risk. Let's see now. I'll just be safe and put down my king. Okay, we're pulling ahead. Okay. What? Sanni, why are you happy about that? She's so stupid. She was like, ha, not looking good. As if we were the ones winning. We're not the ones winning, Sanni. And we didn't even win that round. You're being silly. You're being a silly girl. Damn it. Oh, I hope that would go to us. But it didn't. Yeah, we're gonna lose. It's fine. It's fine. Let's at least give them no points. Or give us some points. Okay. We lost big. We lost big. It's okay. You lose. Alright. Haha. Ah, boo. A good game. Better luck next time. Sure. Love playing with outsiders. Better than playing with Nor'easterners. Who play with those cheats? Card counters, the lots of them. Alright. I guess we'll go northeast now. Can we look at what we got over here? Amazing architectures. The Great Divide. Spoilt for choice. Dueling sweepers. Ma Dan's kitchen. I don't think we even saw that. Ricky. Oh, it's much more busy here. A huge tapestry hangs across the depot, its detailed pattern torn in a way that feels both visceral and disturbing. The lamps on this side of the island are as simple as the trader's single-string sandals, unadorned and practical. Just Vondre things. Iris notices People Vondre's almanac in Nor'east Depot's neat pile of goods. Ooh, what's that? In answer, Iris imitates People Vondre's cover image, covering their eye in place of the patch and grimacing a wide smile. It's instantly recognizable to any inhabitant of Saltsea. Sanni bursts out laughing. Iris is pleased with himself. Perfect! Iris tosses the book aside and heads through the storehouse, touching everything as they pass. Nothing on radios. Sanni scoops up the almanac. Have you read it? Sanni shakes her head. It wasn't really something you were expected to do on Seesaw. Travel, I mean. Iris makes a distant quizzical noise. Anyway, most of what I've read growing up was stuff on shipboard etiquette and guides written by stewards who came before me. Sanni's voice is not enthusiastic. Very big on tradition, Seesaw. I mean, I guess Nyarfi is like that too, right? That's what I heard anyway. But on Seesaw, you don't even get to choose where you fit into it. They just tell you. Iris, who stopped listening a while back, picks up a mosaic paperweight made from shards of recycled ceramics. These are rad. Sanni blinks and gathers herself. Yeah, very pretty. Father Fritchett. A famous figure. Iris spots a serious, sharply dressed man and starts. Just as she described him. Iris drags a confused Sanni along to meet him. Father Fritchett? Father Fritchett dubiously gives them both a once-over. Yes? Speaking Minton. We're just visiting. I'm Iris, and this is Sanni. Sanni smiles at the mention of her name. That's me! Father Fritchett nods, but says nothing else. Lovely island, great trees. Father Fritchett blinks. So how do you two know one another? Celeste. She talks about Father Fritchett a lot. Honestly, I thought he was made up. Ah, you know Celeste. Charming, charming. His neatly coiffured visage darkens. Though lately I am struggling to make contact with many of my regular acquaintances. There have been odd occurrences on the spiritual plane. Really? Like what? The wave of waves, they say, and the ship that sails before it. He shakes his head. I've said too much. A wave? A ship? Sounds like some dream. Such visions must be handled delicately. It is all too easy for novices to get carried away. Some of the things I've heard. A flash of realization crosses his face. But of course you have a dream sailor aboard. Iris and Sanni look to each other. We do? You don't know? I can sense their spirit from here. An unawakened talent, unusual. Sanni's brow furrows. Can't you help? I'm sure I can. He drums his fingers together. Yes, I'm sure I will meet your sailor in time. He closes his eyes, signaling a firm end to the quite bewildering conversation. All right, we have a dream sailor living with us. So 2 places to go, the disgruntled trader and the solitude hut. There's a lot in here. Oh my goodness. From where? Iris stares at a pair of old muddy boots. What's caught your eye, kiddo? Iris lets the kiddo go. Those boots. You think someone's been in that big old ditch, apart from us? Iris nods. Ah, and maybe they met with the ship. Maybe. Sanni feels like she's helping. Oh, good. The moment a muddy boot leaves the slightest mark on the floor, the cleaners swoop in to address the insult. Each one of the beds is made perfectly, corners so sharp they could cut glass. According to a neat little plaque, this art is the fruit of Sean's valiant efforts. The line work is astonishingly precise. Sean is furiously muttering under their breath. What's up, buddy? Sean looks at Sanni, startled to find someone standing there. I'm fine. They blink. Actually, no, I'm not fine. I can't take it anymore. Iris is surprised at their strength of feeling. What happened? Sean talks at a rate of knots, seething with frustration. They don't let me do anything. How am I supposed to get better if I can't experiment? They won't even give me a new minutes before someone starts cleaning up after me. I can never find the color I want, because they clean my palette, or clear away my brushes, without me noticing. People are constantly moving them. I'm so sick of it. I feel so trapped, I wish I could leave. And I can't help thinking, looking all around and then lowering their voice, maybe I'd be happier on the other side, you know, where you're allowed to be messy. They step back, astonished at having said that out loud. I get it. Oh man, do I get it. Have you heard of Seesaw? Sean shakes their head. Well, it doesn't really matter, except it's full of people who love being there and are very good at being there, and my whole life that was very much not me. It's where I'm from, but not where I'm meant to be. Right, so what did you do? I suppose I left. So you do think I should go? She's beginning to panic. Well, that's a big decision, and maybe talk it over with someone you trust. You didn't even tell anybody you were going. Sean sighs. Sanni tries to sound reassuring. You'll work it out. I'm sure you will. Unwelcome tourists. They turn up, trample everywhere, then go. It grates is all I'm saying. The duo cleaning don't acknowledge Iris and Sanni in the slightest. It has to be them. Where else would muddy boot prints be coming from? You have to cross the divide to get muddy. The cheek of it. Oh. I think there is a kitty underneath me. Hello, Matilda. There is a blanket at my feet, and she snuck under there. Hello. Okay, there's a kitty under me. Back to the game. And why can't they use the cleared paths that already exist? What a chore. Iris translates for Sanni. They're angry because they think someone from the other side has been here. Have they? Iris shrugs. Alright, I guess we should do these things now. The Solitude Hut. View on a memory. Sanni peers through the tiny window and shakes her head. Barely a porthole. No distractions, I guess. Sanni stretches, touching the rough wood ceiling. And hardly room to stand. Iris wrinkles their nose. Didn't you grow up on a ship? Sanni looks around the cramped room, frowning. It's the feeling. It's like another place to keep people fixed. Iris rests a hand on the radio. Right. But there's always a way to reach other people. Right! Sanni laughed, shaking her head. You never got stuck, did you? Iris turns the dial on the silent radio back and forth, back and forth. Rivalry. Iris bends over a cluster of muddy marks near the door of the hut. Something's left a trail. Someone. Two someones. There's at least 2 pairs of feet here. And this mud, it's different from outside. The occupant of Solitude Hut does not welcome their company. Shh! Isil. The results are coming through. Someone else has been here. Who? They're saying, no, it can't be. What? The match got postponed for an hour. It's pouring with rain out there. Matt's too slick to climb. Iris blinks. I hate sport. Rig running recap. The young islander is careening across the airwaves in search of a replacement rig running event. Nice setup. Is that aerial compounded alloy? Isil jumps out of her seat, staring at the crew. Rude. She glances down at Iris's handheld radio and sniffs. Hey, no, this is my spot. I worked for it. You can't set it up here. You mean you, built this hut? Isil scowls. No, obviously, this is a solitude hut. It's been a penitence place for years. We get sent here to, think about what we've done. So I always make sure I've done something I have to think about. Sanni gives a loud laugh. I like it. And you need the spot for a secret meeting, right? What? No, it's just got the best signal on the island. Who are you people anyway? What are you here for? Just sailors. We're following an unusual ship. Heard any chatter? Any indigo-sailed ship that runs silent? Isil shrugs. Don't know what you're talking about. Don't care. I just listened for the latest rig running results. I heard someone's challenging Crow's Nest Carl for the 5-mast championship title. Whoa, really? Cool. Iris stares at Isil and Sanni, unblinking. Seeing Iris's face redden, Sanni conjures a calming smile. Result'll be in soon, right? Hope so. I've got to be home for dinner. Mind if we just slide into your spot when you're done? Isil shrugs again, a gesture in which she's clearly practiced. Whatever, as long as you get here before Vince, he's always hanging around. Iris gives Isil an icy glare. She turns back to the radio without even noticing. Ugh! Don't worry, I bet someone in that storehouse we passed on the way has heard something. My sister could never resist digging around in a depot. Iris sniffs reluctantly, clearly desperate to make use of the excellent reception. Fine, whatever, let's go. The splintered surface of the penitent's stool makes quite clear how penitent the sitter is required to be, though it doesn't seem to deter the more determined variety of rig-running enthusiast. Is it splintered on purpose? To, make sitting there painful? That's awful. That's terrible. Time to trade. The duo approached the trader, who is deep in conversation with another, who appears to be deep in the storehouse. Unbelievable, trying to trick me into budging. Those Sou'westerners need to leave us be. Degenerates. The Nor'easters consider Sou'westerners to be uncultured, dirty, and wasteful. Best not to disagree. Iris clears their throat. Hi. The trader glances at Iris and Sanni, then returns to his conversation with the unseen fellow trader. And that Vince Marin hasn't turned up for his shift yet again. He should be sorting it out. Someone needs to have a word with Fritchett about the boy. Isn't it enough to be frivolous with their own resources? Leave us out of it. This gets a fervent nod. Does this have something to do with the divide? The trader looks up, surprised. What's with that? We're visiting and don't really understand. The trader nods apologetically to his friend and turns towards Iris and Sanni. Visitors, you say. The trader appraises them. There are Nor'easters and there are Sou'westers. The Sou'westers think the Nor'easters are controlling, miserly, and dogmatic. Best not to disagree. It's always been that way. They hate us and we hate them. Simple as that. The trader's shoulders sag. And it's only getting worse. Suddenly they need our carefully compiled supplies. And they won't even think of letting us have what we need from them. Iris realizes they become a soundboard for the trader's frustrations and frowns. The trader doesn't pause to breathe, let alone allow anyone to interrupt. It's Ma Dan that's the worst if he asks me. Never could be happy with the fact that our depot is better than that excuse she runs. How long has this been going on for? Why did it happen? The trader gestures to the torn tapestry on the wall. Can't tell you why specifically, but it started whenever that was torn in half. That's an important historical and cultural artifact of Minta. Sanni clears her throat. She's been fairly patient in waiting for a translation. Basically, there's some kind of feud, but they're not even sure how it started. He's got something personal against Ahmad Dan, who I think runs the depot on the other side. Oh, and the divide began when the tapestry was torn in half ages ago. Yikes. Oh my god, Iris is living my dream right now. I would love to go to a foreign country where I speak the language with a companion who doesn't and be able to explain everything that's going on to my companion who doesn't speak the language. I've always wanted to be a translator, and that's basically what Iris is doing right now. It's a very satisfying thing to watch. Iris turns back to the trader. I don't suppose you've seen any unusual ships recently? No time for ships. Look at this place. If I wasn't here, anyone could come in and take things. Iris smiles tightly and nods. Sanni looks questioningly again. Nothing useful here. Her shoulders slump. What's that? Oh! She holds up a small, delicate box which she's been fiddling with while Iris spoke with the trader. It opens, see? Iris is enthralled at the delicate mechanisms on the interior. Bah, just coast clutter. Things are always washing up here. I think it's beautiful. You can have it. I like a neat, clean storehouse. That's useless. Wow, good for us. Sanni pockets the mysterious box excitedly. Iris lowers their voice again. Let's go find this Ma Dan character. Maybe she knows more about passing ships than him. Sanni feels like she's helping. Alright. Let's see. If Ma Dan advances the day, then I'll speak to her. If not, then I think I'll probably end it here. Okay, yes. Ma Dan will advance the day, so let's talk to her. Switcheroo. Iris gravitates to the warm presence of Ma Dan. Hello? Ma Dan smiles warmly at Iris and Sanni. I haven't seen you two around before. I'm Iris, and this is Sanni. Sanni shoots her a broad and winning smile. Such a pleasure. We're just visiting. Ma Dan clasps her hands together. How delightful. We don't get many visitors here anymore. Now you must be hungry. Will you take some grilled brie? It's a particularly tender patch. That sounds delicious, thanks. We should wrap some up for the crew. Iris nods. Great idea. Here you go. Thank you so much. Super kind of you. No problem at all, darlings. I run the trading post, so always load up with snacks for folk passing by. Although my Laya was watching the post today, I'm sure you saw her. Iris and Sanni look at each other, confused. They didn't pass any open posts on this side of the island. That's, nice. Ma Dan nods, distracted. Can I ask you a question about the, divide? The trader on the other... Ma Dan lets out a sudden furious sound, her eyes bulging. Don't you dare speak of them in front of me. It's enough that I have that Father Fritchett swindling around in my dreams. Her mood has veered from one extreme to the other. Oh, you don't like Father Fritchett? The worst of the lot. She shakes her head. I don't need to hear talk of their kind in my waking hours. Iris raises their hands in surrender. Well, high time I went over and reopened the depot. She strides out. Oh dear. Let's settle here for a bit, go over what we know. Iris flumps down on a nearby poof in disgruntlement. Sanni pats them on the head. This doesn't help. Light night morning winds tease dawn into midday. Laya on the waves. The pair, who have been discussing next steps, jump as the radio in the corner of the room crackles into life. Laya, are you there? Iris rushes over but doesn't respond. Is it... Shh! Sanni claps her hands over her mouth, then tips her head, having spotted a notebook tucked away behind the radio. Look, maybe someone takes notes. Sanni goes to grab the notebook, but Iris sees and snatches it up before her. They read it quickly, rifling and scanning pages, and their shoulders begin to droop. Fair enough, what does it say? They hand the book over to Sanni, who turns the pages, frowning at the indecipherable scribbles. The only thing she understands is the name Laya written on the cover. My sister could read it, but I'm afraid. Iris is a little surprised that anyone could live on Seesaw and not know Radhand. It's just someone noting down meeting times and they read in. It's also a bit of a diary. Red Hand is probably as good as a secret code here, so no one's using these radios for any proper... It's been written over a bunch, and it's all in pencil, because no one's going to waste the paper. But it's nothing. Iris, despite their best efforts, is blushing even harder. Ooh, a diary? Sanni gasps as she puts meeting times, diary, and Iris's blush together. A romance! They're lovers! Iris nods. And if they're meeting secretly, they must be from opposite ends of the island. Iris is still blushing. Sanni is positively swooning. Oh, moons and seas, it's so romantic. No wonder it's all in code. Imagine if Ma Dan found out. She clasps her hands to her heart. Iris is not impressed. Young love. This isn't helping us find leads. But Iris, it's so beautiful. Wouldn't you like to love someone so much that it could overcome a generational feud? Iris is not here to think about romance. Let's go and see if there's anyone new out there who can tell us something useful. Sanni sags, but recognizes that, while the romance might be entertaining, it's not helping them find her sister.
Okay.
Oh, okay, I suppose. Alright, I'm gonna end it here. It's been going on a little while. Let's check our almanac first, though. We got Father Fritchett, the Dream Sailor. The mysterious box, which looks like it's missing a crank. Part of the tapestry. Cooked Breve. And the mysterious box again. Okay. So, next time we will explore the two-sided island of Minta a little more. Until then, I have been Mars, and I will be back with more Saltsea Chronicles.